At Randwick, we'll also be showing the Frank Packer Plate, and in that one, Kenny Callender likes number 2, Bold Rancher. Live coverage also of the Cup and Ken's tip, number 7, Prizan. Both Randwick and Sandown rated as good, and Ken's tip in the first of our live Sandown races, number 1, Perfect Answer. In race 7, he likes number 5, Asset Lee. More to come from the update desk, but for now, let's return to Eastern Creek.
Thanks, Tim. Well, Eastern Creek, what sort of a
turf of Royal Randwick? Here's Johnny Tapp.
Thank you, Max, and we're coming to one of the highlights of the day, the Frank Packer Plate. It's a race for 3-year-olds, Group 2, over 2,000 metres. There's a very strong New Zealand representation in the event, and Bold Rancher, trained in Melbourne by Lee Friedman. He hails from the same stable as Superimpose, and Bold Rancher's form over the Autumn Carnival in Sydney has been nothing short of spectacular. Ken, you'd have to say this is the perfect race for him. I hope it is, John. I've backed him. He'll get back a bit, but let's hope he rattles home in time to get the cash in the Frank Packer Plate. Number 1, Play On the tote is at 8 to 1, just firming a little now. We'll make him 7.5 to 1, about $8.50 on the tote. Bold Rancher, a dividend of $2.70, close enough to 7 to 4, fraction under it. 33 Shinvari. Dureco is at 100 to 1. Secret Sam, he's a fair roughie. I think he's got a chance. He's 33 to 1. Weekend Guest was to be ridden by Gavin Duffy, has been replaced by Larry Olsen, is at 30 to 1. Phantom's Hero at 80 to 1. Tusk Hunter, Mick Dittman's mount. You don't often get 20 to 1 Mick Dittman, but you're going to get him on the tote in this race. Yucatan is at 9 to 1. Number 10, Banquo, round about 9 to 1, fraction less, about $9.80 on the tote. Nightage is at 16 to 1, Majestic Mission at 100 to 1, Parry Harker, the New Zealander, second favourite at 7 to 1, getting out a fraction about $8.40 now, just over about the same odds almost as Play On. Lan Mercer, another New Zealander, is at 30 to 1. Painter Man, yet another New Zealander, is at 20 to 1, although he's now trained at Randwick. New Acquaintance, a good winner last week and well weighted here, just firming a fraction from 10s into 9. She's pretty fair odds, and she'll be ridden by John Marshall, who won the All-Age Stakes earlier on Shaftesbury Avenue. The 2 reserves, Zian and Record Stand, did not get a run. They were not required, and that's about all I can tell you at the moment. It's back to John with the news. My tip's Bold Rancher, and at the moment he's showing $2.80. Well, for a horse who's had 3 very hard runs over the Golden Slipper Carnival and the AJC Carnival, he looks as bright as a button. He's got a nice, shiny, healthy coat and looks quite interested, alert, ears pricked, and he'll run the race of his life in this Bold Rancher. Now, Dereco is the last one to move up into the gates, going into the number 8 slot. And the starter, Bill Cooper, is coming over to release the field in the Frank Packer Plate. Now, they steady down and the line looks good. Lan Mercer on the extreme outside of the field. They're off and running in the Frank Packer Plate. A good start, although Secret Sam seemed to get squeezed out in the early part, and Banquo can't go at all early. Shinvari from the inside bounced out in front of Bold Rancher, followed by Play On and Majestic Mission. Yucatan and Weekend Guest is coming over fast from the outside, followed by Phantom's Hero. Further back in the field then, as they go to the back, is Nightage between horses. Bold Rancher got the backwash of a bit of trouble there, and he got pushed back past the middle of the field, and then Lan Mercer, followed by Dereco, and out deep as they swing into the back straight is Parry Harker. On the fence, Painter Man, and further back, Banquo on the outside of Secret Sam, and back at the tail is Tusk Hunter. Down the back stretch past the 1400 mark, and Yucatan on the outside made a lightning move now and has wrested the lead away from Weekend Guest. Play On third, Nightage fourth on the outside. A length and a half further back, Phantom's Hero on the outside of New Acquaintance, with Shinvari getting up on the fence. A length and a half to Parry Harker on the outside of Majestic Mission. Further back in the field then is Painter Man, followed closely on the outside by Lan Mercer, and a good way back in the field at that point is Bold Rancher, who's cluttered up between horses, followed by Dereco. Tusk Hunter is next, and then Secret Sam, and back at the tail is Banquo as they go to the 800 mark, and the leader Yucatan a half length to Nightage on the outside. In third place, tucked away on the fence, Weekend Guest on the inside of Play On. Phantom's Hero 3 deep on the outside of New Acquaintance, followed by Shinvari. Further back then is Parry Harker, and then Majestic Majestic Mission flat to the boards, followed by Lanmercer, Tusk Hunter. Bold Rancher is back behind a wall of horses coming around the turn. Into the straight now, 400 out. Yucatan the leader from Knightage on the outside. Play on in third place, and then Weekend Guest. New Acquaintance putting in a run, and going with her as Phantom's Hero on the extreme outside. And here comes the Rancher. Bold Rancher out of the packers, going after them quickly. He's got them covered, Bold Rancher. He raced up to head. New Acquaintance and Phantom's Hero, followed by Shinvari and Dereco. Getting home well when it's all over, but Bold Rancher drew clear, and Bold Rancher wins the Frank Packer. New Acquaintance has run second, and Dereco has charged home to get third. Then Shinvari, followed closely by Painter Man, and then Phantom's Hero, Yucatan. At the head of the others, Play On. Further back in the field came Secret Sam, Parry Harker, Lanmercer, followed by Banquo, Tusk Hunter. Second last being Majestic Mission, and Knightage has run last in the Frank Packer Plate of 1991. Well, Bold Rancher was back behind a wall of horses turning for home. Wayne Harris was able to steer him into the clear, and he absolutely motored home. Bold Rancher had them covered 100 out and drew away to win brilliantly. Bold Rancher, Wayne Harris to pay 280 and 170. Second will be New Acquaintance, which is number 16, a place dividend of 350, and the Bolter third, Dereco, number 4, a place dividend of $26. Ken.
Yes, John, it's handy to have a good jockey. Even though he was back in the field, Wayne Harris never panicked. He always had Bold Rancher travelling well. And by golly, when he was 5 lengths off them, he had them covered. It sounds silly, but soon as he pulled out and took 2 bounds, he certainly had them covered. Bold Rancher in front here. He's already gone past New Acquaintance. He was inclined to duck in a little, but as John said, he had them covered 150 metres out. He went on to beat New Acquaintance, and Dereco, showing promise of a staying future, stormed home to get third prize, and I do think he has got a future as a stayer. But all honours with the winner today, you little beauty, Johnny, Bold Rancher.
Good on you, Ken. Yes, a very impressive win, and he ran right up to the good form he's been showing in the last couple of weeks. And that was one of the highlights in a racing week saddened by the news of the passing of one of Australia's best-loved racing commentators in Melbourne during the week, Bert Bryant.
Big Faloo, Rain Lover, they go to the line together. Oh, photo. Big Faloo has won it by a nose.
What are they doing?
Just a little later, but for now, let's go to Melbourne, where John Russell is at Sundown Racecourse for the running of the Sundown Country Cup.
Just about set. 1,600 metres the distance of the race. Fantasy Lad on the inside. Clint stands in well. Parenthesis makes a good line. George Hanlon has Parenthesis and Perfect Dancer engaged. Windward Bay, there's the light on. They're off and running to a good start too, and over on the outside, Clement was one of the first to jump out with Windward Bay, and Perfect Dancer got out pretty well. Ryder Ben showing speed towards the inside, so is Fantasy Lad with Slay the Dragon, and just in behind them is Purple Curse, being followed by Agathist on the outside of Latin Rule. Clint dropping back centre fielder. He was followed by He's a Frenchman on the inside of Hay Dance and Lock A Boy, and back behind the Parenthesis, followed by Hot Rocks, and last of all Mrs. Joe Gargery. 1,200 metres left to go, and Slay the Dragon goes to the front by a half length to Cossack Ruler. A length then to Ryder Ben, followed by Fantasy Lad on the inside of Brilliant Invasion, Purple Curse and Perfect Dancer, 3 off the rail. Latin Rule going forward in the centre, just in behind them. He's a Frenchman on the inside of Hay Dance and Clement. Agathist back behind them, and they're followed by Hot Rocks. A long way back in the field to Windward Bay, followed by Parenthesis, and Clint is third last. Second last coming down the hill was Lock A Boy, and last of all is Mrs. Joe Gargery in a well-strung out field in the cup now. Slay the Dragon out by a length in advance of Cossack Ruler. A length and a half Fantasy Lad over on the inside of Ryder Ben. Then Brilliant Invasion, followed by Latin Rule, Purple Curse around the outside, running on Perfect Dancer. Hay Dance at the head of the others, followed by Clement. Right off the track then Parenthesis, followed by He's a French, and Lock A Boy is well back in the field, and so is Clint as they straighten up. 400 metres left to go. Cossack Ruler takes the lead from Ryder Ben. Down the outside is running on his Brilliant Invasion, followed by Perfect Dancer from Windward Bay from a long way back. Fantasy Lad being tackled now over on the outside by Perfect Dancer, Latin Rule, and Ryder Ben the centre. It's Ryder Ben moving up on the outside to hit the front with 100 metres left to go. Latin Rule and Perfect Dancer coming after it. Ryder Ben is the leader close to home. It's hanging on. Perfect Dancer trying hard. Ryder Ben just in front. Ryder Ben I think's won from Perfect Dancer, who flew on.
Right, that was John Russell calling there down at Flemington, and we've got more big racing coming up this afternoon, including, of course, the Sydney Cup. Australia's Steve Elkington hits the golfing big time.
Sydney Cup, where are you, Tappy?
Right here, Darryl. Sydney Cup coming up in brilliant sunshine at Randwick on a fast track. One of the oldest races on the AJC turf calendar. First run in 1866, and its history abounds with the names of champions like Carbine, Karaoke, Galilee, General Command, Battle Heights, and the incomparable Kingston Town, who died only 2 weeks ago, Ken.
Yes, John, and it's pretty tight betting on this year's Sydney Cup. Punters want 3 horses, Castletown, Dr. Grace and Prezan. Let's look at the prices. Castletown is showing $4.20, the New Zealander, odds of just under 13 to 4. King Aussie, last year's winner, is at 40 to 1. $3.70, Dr. Grace, almost 11 to 4. 20, I'm in Heaven. 25, Just a Dancer. And Magic Man is scratched. $3.80, Prezan, just a little bit more than Dr. Grace, odds of just over 11 to 4. 25, La Rosette. 16, Fill the Bill. 11, Missouri Wolf, a 2-mile winner, or 3,200 metres, I should say, these days. 10 to 1, String Quartet. 50, Din's Joy, she's good odds, and 100, Frosted. They're about to go, and I've got my cash on Prezan. Here's Johnny.
Good luck with Prezan, Ken. The horse looks a treat. Lovely, healthy, shiny coats, and he's ready to run a great race. Formerly trained at Grafton, now with Gary White at Hawkesbury. Now they're about set. The starter just moving the rostrum back a little bit. Might have been just a little too close to those horses. Now they're right. They steady down. The gates open and they're off in the Cup of 1991. Dr. Grace began a little bit sluggishly. Oh, Missouri Wolf stayed in the barrier. Missouri Wolf stayed in the gate and virtually took no part in the start of the race, and he must be 12 or 15 lengths behind the second last horse when they settle down properly. And Dittman had no hesitation in allowing Prezan to stride straight to the lead. Now last year's winner King Aussie is well on the bit. He wants to go faster. Dr. Grace is running third on the fence, and 2 lengths away Fill the Bill on the outside of I'm in Heaven, a gap to String Quartet, and then Frosted, followed by Castletown, Just a Dancer. Further back Din's Joy on the outside of La Rosette, and about 8 lengths away Missouri Wolf, who had to do a lot of work to catch them up in the early stages. Coming over the rise in the home stretch on the first occasion, and with about 2,400 metres left to go in the Cup, Dittman is allowing the big chestnut Prezan to stride freely. Led by 2 lengths to King Aussie on the outside of Dr. Grace. 2 to I'm in Heaven on the inside of Fill the Bill, about 3 to String Quartet, 4 to Frosted, and then Castletown and Just a Dancer. Din's Joy on the outside of La Rosette, and 6 lengths away last Missouri Wolf as they greet the judge with a lap of the track to go. Prezan led them a merry dance going out of the straight, in front by 2 lengths or a bit more to King Aussie on the outside of Dr. Grace. 2 to Fill the Bill and I'm in Heaven together, about 4 to String Quartet, 3 to Frosted, a length to Castletown, a length to Just a Dancer, 2 lengths away Din's Joy on the outside of La Rosette, and 5 or 6 away last is Missouri Wolf as they go by the 1800 mark, and it's Prezan. Prezan is making every post a winner for Dittman, led by a length and a quarter to Dr. Grace on the inside of King Aussie. 2 to I'm in Heaven with the veteran jockey Harry White hugging the inside rail. 3/4 away Fill the Bill on the outside, and about 5 then to String Quartet, a half to Castletown, whose rider's a bit worried about those leaders now. 3 lengths away then came Just a Dancer on the outside of Frosted, and then La Rosette being pushed along, followed by Din's Joy, and tailed right off as Missouri Wolf as they go down the back stretch. 1,300 metres to go, and it's Prezan the leader. He's got a tendency to get away from the fence a bit. Dr. Grace's rider was in 2 minds there about poking up on the inside, but again Prezan got away from Dr. Grace coming to the top turn. King Aussie third, I'm in Heaven fourth, getting a beautiful run on the inside. A length to Fill the Bill, and then String Quartet and Castletown. A gap to Just a Dancer, followed by Din's Joy on the outside of Frosted. Further back is La Rosette, and Missouri Wolf after that bad start has tailed right off in the Cup at the 800 metres mark, and it's Prezan the leader. Dr. Grace a length away in second place. I'm in Heaven has not come around a horse so far. He's getting a beautiful rails run, and then Fill the Bill, followed by String Quartet. Castletown on the outside, a gap to Just a Dancer. Further back is Din's Joy. King Aussie dropping out of it, followed by La Rosette and Frosted as they come around the turn, and Prezan leads them a merry dance at the top of the straight. There's a rails run there for I'm in Heaven. Prezan has been hanging for a good part of the trip. Fill the Bill has rushed up on the outside to grab them as they top the rise. Fill the Bill takes the lead. Now Castletown and Just a Dancer down the extreme outside. Just a Dancer has grabbed them quickly. lead. Just a Dancer on the extreme outside takes the lead, 100 out in the Sydney Cup, and he is sprinting right away from them. Just a Dancer is killing them now. With every stride he goes further ahead, and Just a Dancer wins the Cup in a trot. Won by 4 lengths to Castletown. I'm in Heaven third, Phil the Bill fourth after looking the winner fleetingly. Then Prazan, who wanted to hang for most of the race, followed by Dr. Grace. Further back, String Quartet, a long gap to Din's Joy, and then Frosted, followed by Missouri Wolf and La Rosette and King Aussie. In direct contrast to last year is Stone Motherless last in the Sydney Cup. Well, Just a Dancer sprinted very quickly in the straight, rounded them up in no time at all, and has bolted in. Number 5, Just a Dancer, Grant Cooksley, $27 and $6.10. $27 and $6.10 for Just a Dancer. Now, second is number 1, Castletown, pays $1.80, and third, number 4, I'm in Heaven, pays $4.40. And that was the Sydney Cup, live from Randwick, as we go back to Eastern Creek and Darrell.
Thanks, Happy. Rival, a monumental battle. Round handicap.
Quickly reined in by the jockey Glenn Robinson. Didn't go very far down the track. And we'll wait for Rose of Demas to go back to her starting point.
Okay, we're standing by, and Sandown races aren't ready yet, but this race is certainly ready for Aaron Slight. He's doing a super job. There's Malcolm Campbell, bike number 1, doing everything he can to try and bridge that gap. But as you've said, Barry, Slight's just really got everything together. The Kawasaki, just a great package.
Yeah, it was a shame for Slight, because last year he was really on the up and up. For sure would have been picked up by one of the 500 Grand Prix teams. Then he had that praying at Suzuka, and it really did look like it was the end of his career.
Okay, standing by at Sandown in Melbourne for the races, the surround handicap, Johnny Russell.
Hit the point, has missed it about 4 lengths, and slow out was Mentat's Girl, and beginning very well was Acid Lee, and Love and Run showing brilliant speed has headed them off, and on settling down, Love and Run goes to the front by 2 lengths to Acid Lee, a length to Night Prowler. Shanghai Escapade on the inside of Aragon Queen, followed by Rose of Demas and Sharp Play getting up along the inside. Back behind them, Princess Phoenix, and they're followed by Mentat's Girl and John Zemar, and hit the point, and last of all is Prime Missile. Down the hill they travel towards the 800-metre mark, and Love and Run about a length clear. Second, Acid Lee, a length away, then is Night Prowl on the outside of Rose of Demas, followed by Shanghai Escapade. Over on the outside was Aragon Queen, a length and a half to Sharp Play, followed by Princess Phoenix, and in that group then is Mentat's Girl, and they were followed closely in the field. Over on the inside by Hit the Point, coming around that pair, John Zemar. Prime Missile last of all as they make the home turn. Acid Lee has moved up on the outside to take the lead, immediately tackled by Night Prowler. Here's Aragon Queen winding up down the outside, and they're followed by Rose of Demas, who's looking for a runner. 300 metres left to go. It's Aragon Queen going up on the outside to take the lead here, with Acid Lee battling on well. Night Prowl the centre. John Zemar down the outside, finishing on strongly. Acid Lee is still the leader. From on the outside, Aragon Queen and John Zemar coming after them. Acid Lee is the leader. John Zemar on the outside trying to pick them up. John Zemar finishing very fast on the outside. John Zemar maybe from either Acid Lee or in the centre, Aragon Queen, and back behind them is Princess Phoenix, and Hit the Point was a big run. In behind them then came Shanghai Escapade, followed by Sharp Play, Love and Run. Rose of Demas weakened out of it, followed by Mentat's Girl, and last of all, Prime Missile.
Okay, thank you, Johnny Russell. That was a surround handicap at Sandown Park in Victoria. Another racetrack.
At 40 to 1, equalled the course record as he raced away to win today's $600,000 Sydney Cup. And in the all-age stakes, Shaftesbury Avenue turned the tables on Superimpose. The pair had met 4 times before, with Superimpose holding a 3-1 advantage.
Up the hill they go with just over 400 metres to travel, and in front at Styley Century. Shaftesbury Avenue immediately moves up on the outside to poke his head in front, and here comes Superimpose down the outside. Shaftesbury Avenue takes over with 200 metres to travel. Superimpose, I'm not sure whether he's going to catch him. It's Shaftesbury Avenue in front with 100 metres to go, and Superimpose isn't going to catch him this week, and Shaftesbury Avenue comes away, and Shaftesbury Avenue brilliantly wins the all-age by 2 lengths. Superimpose second. Third was Styley Century, followed by...
Shaftesbury Avenue avenging his unlucky fourth in the Doncaster. Much too good today, running even money favourite. The Sydney Cup, 2 miles next.
I'm in heaven, Dr. Grey String Quartet. Here comes Castletown and Just a Dancer right down the centre of the track. Prizan is gone, 200 metres to go. Phil the Bill takes the lead. Just a Dancer's the danger down the centre. Just a Dancer takes over with 200 metres to go. Castletown, Phil the Bill and I'm in heaven can't do any better. And Just a Dancer's starting to streak away with the cup. Just a Dancer eased down on the line and Just a Dancer comes away to win by 4 lengths to Castletown. I'm in heaven was next from Phil the Bill.
Just a Dancer easy in the betting at 25's out to 40 to 1 by Starway, a breed which rarely run that sort of a journey, but he did it in great style today. A testing day for punters at Sandown, not a favourite successful. Darren Gauci rode a double to move to 38 on the premiership. His 7 wins from the pacemaker Damien Oliver. First on the card, the steeplechase won by Bourbon Boy at 4 to 1, ran smart time. The odds-on favourite Auraway missed a place. The second to Home Show eased from 5 to 2 out to 9 to 2. Just got there in the first of quite a few close finishes today. Gauci home on Lambert Miss in the third event, and that filly finally breaking through for an overdue win. The fourth and Alternate, a 9-year-old with 56 having his 107th start today, was too good. Now the Country Cup, race 5.
Latin Rule coming out after them, followed by Perfect Answer and Windward Bay. Ryder Ben on the outside, in front, Latin Rule coming out after it. It's Ryder Ben in front, nearing the line from Perfect Answer. Purple Curse late, Ryder Ben. Ryder Ben has held on. Purple Curse rocketed through on the inside, just missed. Now third placing, let me see here. We've got Perfect Answer, Windward Bay and Clint.
Well, the saddle moved mid-race on Ryder Ben, but he kept finding in the straight to win it well. Grey Man, a short-priced favourite in this.
Temple Front making a race of it on the outside. Grey Man in front getting a little tired and Temple Front's coming at him. Grey Man at 3/4, Temple Front inch by inch getting there. Grey Man just, oh, bobber. Temple Front perhaps got Grey Man right on the post. Maybe Temple Front from Grey Man and a bobbing finish. Marabou's Phantom third, Dandy.
And Temple Front got there by a short half head, just reeling in the favourite Grey Man on the post. Arrogant Queen, favourite in the next.
Mark Asset Lee fighting on well. Arrogant Queen coming at them and John Zemmer on the outside. Asset Lee in front, Arrogant Queen. John Zemmer claim it. 3 across the track, Asset Lee. John Zemmer at the outside, John Zemmer. John Zemmer on the outside, grabbed Asset Lee on the post to win it. Third, Arrogant Queen in the middle.
Much improved run by John Zemmer to get there at 20 to 1 in race 7. And the last to Starfleet Command starting at 12 to 1, ridden by Norman Weymouth. Now the double, 8 and 8, 135.10. The extra paid 24.85. A big quaddie, 12,128.95. But look at the quad extra, not bad, $34,248.90. And that's all in sport tonight. Thanks, Sue.
Not bad at all. Greg,
Yeah.
thanks. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Now to the weather, and we couldn't complain about today's beautiful autumn conditions, could we? Around Victoria, it was fine.